Hey there, Sea Dogs. With Season 6 being just halfway over, I wanted to do a review of all the features we got with this season. I'll be going over Sea Forts and the new Pirate Legend voyage. Stay tuned. With the defeat of the shipwrecked Soulflame captain, the veil between has lifted, and Flameheart has brought forth haunted sea forts from the world of the dead. These spectral sea forts are dotted across the map, and are meant to represent memories of Spanish forts from outside the Sea of Thieves. This kind of confused me at first because the forts themselves are decorated after the three regions. Then I realized I'm probably looking too much into it. But yeah, these forts look incredible. We've got the regal, pristine looking forts of the Shores of Plenty, the rundown, overgrown forts of the Ancient Isles, and the frightening jails of the Wilds. They've got multiple floors each, with separate living quarters, lookout points, and cannons dotted around. They all look really impressive. I've always wanted this sort of architecture in game, and I'm excited to see where this takes us going forward. I really want to see some outposts look like some actual kind of ports someday. The music is by far one of the best parts of this edition. As you approach the fort, you can hear the bell tower ringing. The pirates are coming! From a gameplay perspective, these forts are meant to provide a much shorter experience. This is for pirates who either can't commit to a long sailing session, or just aren't very good at the game yet. These are made to be very easy, which has been a point of contention between players for the past month or so. Seasons 4, 5, and 6 have all had content catering to newer players, so continuing to see that has upset some people. I was upset at first too, but I have come to like what Rare has been doing. Dotting the map with these short activities can really break up the monotony of a voyage. They're quick ways to grab loot and provide some new set dressing. The easy difficulty doesn't mean they aren't worthwhile for everyone though. While the loot pool is fairly small, for an experienced crew like mine, these take us about 6 to 7 minutes to clear out. Add on the optional loot you can find in cupboards, and that's really not bad for the time invested. And don't even get me started on the resources they give. This is by far the best new way to stock up quickly for any long voyages, and it has changed the meta for the better. So let's review. These absolutely look and sound great, they're good for new players and short and sweet for the best ones. I'm very happy with this edition. But after this, I hope we move away from the fort content. These past few updates have just been fort, and more forts. Let's take some time away from these forts and focus on the core mechanics, shall we? Following the events of the Shrouded Deep, the Pirate Lord has uncovered the Veil of the Ancients, an artifact capable of bridging the land of the living and the land of the dead. We're doing a lot of that this season, huh? Only problem is, the mask is useless without the stones that power it. With the help of the man himself, Bell, and Suds, Pirate Legends must find the stones and stop Flameheart and the Servant of Flame from total control of the Sea of Thieves. Let me start off by saying this is the best voyage Rare has ever made, full stop. It is all of the best parts of Tall Tales with the emergent parts of voyages that make this game what it is. The presentation, the lore, and all the new mechanics, it is truly one of the best experiences to arrive on the Sea of Thieves. It's split up into 3 different parts. The first 2 modules are randomized from a pool of a few different ones, and the third is always the same. These first 2 modules can go from a combat challenge like battling Reaper Phantoms with the Ancients, to puzzle maps with Suds. But no 2 voyages will be the same. Usually. I've been replaying this voyage the past few days, and it's usually pretty good about spicing up the proceedings with different types of gameplay every time. This is a really smart way to keep the experience feeling fresh, even after replaying so many times. Flameheart is always one step ahead, so upon seeing you have 2 of the Veil Stones, he will summon forth a ghostly garrison from the Sea of the Damned. This takes the shape of a giant ghost tornado, rippling time and space from the land of the dead. It is easily one of the coolest visuals the team has come up with, seeing it hurl rocks and disrupt the Veil itself. So cool, man. This acts as a world event, meaning other players can see what you're doing from afar, and PvP-focused pirates will be eager to take your silver off your hands. Like me. This battle requires you to take aim at the forts themselves, and it is very reminiscent of the battle against Davy Jones. If anything, I don't think much of this voyage would be possible without a pirate's life. That update gave us so many new mechanics for Tall Tales, and Rare has used all of that masterfully here. The loot you gain makes this the most lucrative voyage for the time spent. In about 40 minutes you can get close to 150,000 coin based on the emissary and what modules you get. In review, this voyage is great, and after 4 years, Pirate Legend actually means something. Sorta. One of my only gripes is the cosmetics we got. I know Rare's art team must be pretty stretched thin with the seasonal cosmetics and the monthly Emporium stuff, but you can't throw us a single bone One weapon set, one ship set, a costume, and a few miscellaneous stuff just isn't enough for me personally. Especially the costume. But don't let that sour my view of the voyage. This has become one of my new favorite storyline arcs for the game, and the Sea Forts are one of my personal favorite additions. Seriously, great work was done to make this happen. Where does this fit alongside the other seasons? This might be one of my favorites. At first I was very skeptical about how they would drip feed the content out over time, but I actually think that's been great for the game's life. Usually around this time the servers will dip heavily in player count, but I feel like I haven't seen the seas this active in a very, very long time. It's great to see. If you want me to discuss what else came in this season, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to talk about the current monthly adventures in a big way soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the seas.